Hi, my name is Dev and I was a semi-finalist on Junior Masterchef Australia 2020 and I'm here to share my food journey with all of you. Now that my cheesecake base is in the freezer chilling, it's time to make my filling. So since this is a 3 different flavored cheesecake, I'm going to make one base cheesecake filling which is just vanilla, and then I'm going to split it into 3 different sections to add the rest of the flavor. So to start, I'm going to add 1 kilo of cream cheese. It's quite a bit, but it is a lot of cheesecake as well. So that's basically 4 blocks of cream cheese. And I'm just going to begin creaming this for like about 5 minutes. Normally, you wouldn't use a whisk attachment like I am if you were to do a baked cheesecake. But since there's no bake, there's no problem at all. Just use a whisk attachment until it gets really nice and fluffy. And you don't want to see any lumps in the cream cheese. My cream cheese has been beating for about 5 minutes and I can tell that it's really nice and creamy. So I'm now going to add my sugar. So I'm using caster sugar today, which is basically just like a finer version of regular white sugar, and I would definitely recommend using this. I have 1.5 cups of it here, and I'm just going to pour it all into my cream cheese and beat for about another 5 minutes until all the sugar is combined. You don't want any sugar crystals, and when you taste the mixture, you do not want to feel any like gritty bits. So put it and beat it for another 5 minutes. My gelatin has fully incorporated into my sugar and cream cheese, so I'm not going to add my final 2 ingredients, which is vanilla bean paste. If you do not have vanilla bean paste, you can always substitute it for 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, but if you do, then 1 tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. And finally, just 1.5 cups of heavy cream. And you're gonna want to mix this on low first, just because if you do it high, straight away the cream will fly out. So just be really careful. And you also want to make sure you don't mix this for too long, because as I said in my whipped cream video, if you whip cream for too long, it will split and basically turn into butter, so you do not want that to happen. Now that my cheesecake base mixture is finished, I'm gonna split the batter into 3 different sections. So, like I said, it's gonna be a berry, lime, and lemon one. So, you can, if you wanted to, use a kitchen scale or weigh it to make it more accurate. But you could also just use your eye and get as even as possible. It won't make too much of a difference if there's more of one than the other. So now that I've split my cheesecake base into 3 different bowls, I'm now going to flavor each of them. So the first one is the berry one. The berry one, I'm using the same berry coulis or sauce that I made in the panna cotta video, so the recipe for it can be found there. So I'm just going to put it into my first lot of batter, and I'm going to slowly fold it with my spatula. You want to make sure it's you do it really slowly, making sure to not over mix it, so none of that air that you whipped in gets out. My coulis has fully incorporated into the cheesecake mixture. I'm now going to add some food coloring. This is just so every color is really pronounced. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit. This is completely up to you how dark or light you want it. So and my strawberry layer is done. I'm now going to do my lemon cheesecake layer. So I've got my second lot of cheesecake batter, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, as well as 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. And with the same spatula, I'm going to carefully fold it into the cheesecake mixture, just so you don't lose any of that air. Now that it's all combined, you could give it a taste right now. If you wanted more lemon, you could add it, but I think this amount is perfect. I'm now also going to add some yellow food coloring. Again, this is completely up to you. You could have it as dark or as light as you want. And that's my lemon cheesecake layer done. It's now time to do my final cheesecake layer, which is the lime one. So to my third lot of cheesecake batter, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lime juice. It's basically the same as the lemon one, but with lime. And 1 tablespoon of lime zest. And with the same spatula, I'm going to carefully fold it in. And add some green food coloring. And that's all my cheesecake batters done. I'll just show you what all of them look like. So this is the green one. This is the yellow one, the lemon one. And finally the berry one. Now that all my cheesecake batters are ready, I'm going to add them back to my cheesecake pan. So by now my base is like rock solid. You should feel it, nothing should crumb or break. It's like really, really hard. That's exactly what you want. So I'm first going to add my berry layer. I've transferred my berry cheesecake layer to my cheesecake pan. It's now ready to go into the freezer. You want to let this freeze for at least 10 minutes until it becomes firm before you add any of your other layers, just because you don't want the layers to seep through, otherwise you won't be able to see the layers. So I'm just going to put this into the freezer. My strawberry layer has been in the freezer for about 10 minutes and it is just firm, and you should be, when you touch it, nothing comes on your finger. That's how you know it's ready for the next layer. So I'm going to add my lime layer. And I'm going to put it into the freezer for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add my lemon one, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge for about 4 hours or until fully set. So I'm going to put this in the freezer. My cheesecake has been setting in the fridge for about 4 hours now, and I can tell it's fully set because at least the top layer is really firm. And I'm now ready to unmold. So like I said, it's definitely better to use a springform pan like this, just because it comes out of the pan so much easier than if you were to use a regular cake pan. So with this, I'm just gonna lift the latch carefully. Carefully lift it like that. And I'm now gonna cut it. So and that's my layered cheesecake. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious recipes.